Not a matter of if, but when crisis will rock your world. I'm Roshini Rajkumar, crisis strategist, licensed attorney, and host of The Crisis Files. In each case file, we cover hot topics and go inside with newsmakers and icons. Today, a hockey legend and Olympic silver medalist is in studio. Zach Parise is a former professional hockey player in the NHL. We'll get into some of his playing highlights. What we're really going to dig into is his current dual role and probably most important period of life. Zach is here for the case file I call Hockey Dad. Well, Zach, I'm so excited to talk hockey with you because, as you know, it's the best sport ever.
Yes.
And I want to congratulate you for being named to the 2025 Hockey Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
What was that like getting that news? Because, I mean, you play, you love it, you're great. You're not just doing it to get into a Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I got the phone call. I got the call about a month before it was publicly announced. So I knew a little beforehand, but got the phone call from someone from USA Hockey. And then when they tell you, it's a little surreal. I got goosebumps when they told me. It was really neat. And then I told my family, kids were really excited. And I'm like, you can't tell anyone, you know what I mean? But
that's a hard thing to keep under wraps.
It's hard for them. But they were really excited. It's not something that you're thinking about as a player when you're playing or even after. Just never even really crossed my mind. So it was kind of out of the blue, and it was awesome.
Since your hockey career, and you did play for the New Jersey Devils, the Minnesota Wild, the New York Islanders, and finally with the Avalanche, which that was a dark time for us when you were with the Avalanche. I am definitely a Minnesota Wild fan. Now you're the head coach for the 12 and under team of your daughter,
Yeah.
an assistant coach for your son's 12 and under team. What is it like being in that role now?
It's great. I love doing it. I love seeing the improvement of the kids. And when you talk to them, you try to teach them, and then they apply it, and you can see how excited they get when they see it works or when they figure it out. So I love doing that, but I think as players, as athletes, we all remember the people that impacted us, the people that taught us, and the people that really got us to where we are. And so now to be in that and to be around my kids more, it's great because I missed a lot. When you're playing, being gone all the time, you miss a lot of their hockey, of their childhood. So to be around them even more and to help out these kids, it's retirement's great.
Well, I'm really happy for you. And a little side programming note, even in scheduling for today, we had to work with your hockey coaching schedule. Fortunately, we're usually in the studio during school hours.
Yep.
So you could be here while the kids are in school before you have to get back home and go to your home rinks and coach. What are some of the lessons that you got from your NHL career that you give to these young kids on the rink?
Outside of the hockey skills themselves, we try to really teach them to be good people and to be good teammates. And that applies to anything, not just hockey, that's just life. But I think when they leave our team or when they move on, like that's one thing that we really want to have them leave becoming just better people. I know they're young kids, but just learning these little things in life, treating people well, treating your teammates well, being a good person. That's, for me, those are things that growing up, especially from my dad, but going down to Shattuck, those are the things that were just drilled into us every day. I mean, outside of what happens on the rink, when we would go back to school, our coach would tell us, like, nobody cares what you did on the rink. Now you're coming back, you're representing the team, you be a good person. And so we try to relay those things to these kids, and I think it's working.
Well, and you mentioned your dad, JP Parise, and he himself was a pro hockey player. Then he coached, was part of the coaching team for the Minnesota North Stars. Your brother was a goaltender in the NHL. I mean, what is it like? Is that a lot of pressure when you're part of that kind of lineage?
I didn't think about it much when I was young. I just more so played because I loved to play. But then I think as I got older, kind of understanding what my dad did and the career that he had. I wouldn't say it was as pressure. I just liked playing. I didn't really think too much about it. The sad thing is sometimes I hear my son talk about things that other teammates, or sorry, not teammates, people that he plays against say to him, and so like
because they know who his dad is.
Yes, yeah. So sometimes you try to shelter him from different things, but at the end of the day, you can't. And then so it's tough because I don't want to put that type of pressure on him or on my kids, but it's something that they'll have to deal with and they'll figure out.
I've always really thought that kids learn a lot about life from sport, learning how to win and learning also how to lose well, because losing isn't fun, but
Right.
it does seem like sport teaches you how to lose also. What are some of the biggest lessons for your life did you gain from hockey?
I think just work ethic, honestly. That's how, again, I was brought up, was just work. If you want something, you got to work. And so I try to relay that to my kids especially. But I mean, that just applies to everything in life. I mean, it's, if you want to be good at something, you got to work. And I look at it with my kids now, like yeah, you have the genetics that I got and that from my dad, and you've got those, but it doesn't mean anything if you're not going to commit to doing something. It's not just going to come. So for me, that was the biggest thing that I learned, is just you have to work at it no matter what it is.
What is it like coaching girls versus boys?
It's very different. It's very different. The girls are so literal. They, if I use the example, if you tell them in the offensive zone, like, hey, pass to the D, the defense are wide open. I mean, they will commit to passing to the D every time. And you're like, okay, we don't have to do it like every single time. I'm just giving you the option. You know what I mean? But the girls are great because they're such good listeners. They're always happy. You know what I mean? They're just always having fun, always happy. And sometimes for me, being like a competitor, I'm like, that's great, we're having fun, but we gotta
Get tough, girls.
exactly.
Yeah.
But they are so fun to coach. Again, they just really enjoy being there.
Do you feel like they're as competitive as the boys?
I do, but it's in a different way. I think they all are competitive. They all want to win. They all want to be good at what they're doing, but it's just a different approach than the boys have. I think the boys you expect just a different, again, you expect them just like be able to have the game faces in the locker room and turn on. The girls, they just, they kind of do their own thing. And then a couple minutes before the game, like, all right, we got to play now. You know what I mean? Where I just think the approach is a little different for the boys.
Yeah, no, it's fun to see. I have a brother, so other than girlfriends who have become like sisters, I don't know what it's like to have a sister. But,
Yeah.
Growing up with a brother, and he'd probably tell you this too. I mean, there are certain things we do differently, but I think because we had each other, we do also understand the opposite gender pretty well.
Right. And I got twins, so for them, it's interesting to see as they grow up, in the same class, the same everything, but just how different they've become as they get older. I mean,
Are they fans of each other?
Yeah, they are. They get along really well, and I love that that twin aspect, because you just hear them at night. They just all of a sudden they're cruising the other room and they're talking and they're just talking about school, and they got the same groups of friends. They just intermix with each other, and I don't know. It's just really neat.
It's just so comforting, right? No matter what happens, where you and your wife are, they have each other.
Yeah.
And that's neat. Do they give each other hockey advice?
They're not there yet.
No critiquing of each other's game?
No. Sometimes my son will try to take jabs at her, and I'm just like, what do you do? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
they're so different. They're just so different. They both love playing, and they both want to continue to play and play as high a level as they can, but they don't. They're not giving each other advice right now.
That's so fun. So in 2012, you captained the New Jersey Devils Stanley Cup Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go your way. The LA Kings beat you guys in 6 games. Take us to that time, because, I mean, that's the pinnacle, being able to
Yeah.
play in that series for the Stanley Cup. Not even if you're as big of a hockey fan as I am. And there was no girls hockey when I was growing up. Don't know that I would have played, but I love it. Favorite to watch. Take us back to the ice.
Well, it was, the experience was incredible. The funny thing about hockey in the NHL is, you back up about a month and a half. We had to win. I think we won like our last 7 or 8 in a row, like to get, to
even get there.
To get there, you know what I mean? And then in the first round, we were down 3-2 in the series to Florida, and we won Game 6 in overtime. We won Game 7 double. We could have been gone.
Right,
done
and I bet you were exhausted.
Round. Yeah, we could have been done the first round, and then all of a sudden we got a little momentum, and we just steamrolled through the second and third round. You find yourself in the finals. You're like, holy cow, like we're here. It's awesome. And not only that, we had home ice. So you're thinking like this is perfect. We end up losing Game 1 and 2 in overtime at home. And then now you're going to LA and
that's tough.
It's tough. It was really hard. We found ourselves down 3-0. You go from such a high to we've got home ice, the Stanley Cup Finals, to wow, we're down 3-0 in the series. Like no team's ever come back in the finals from 3-0. Like it just, so it was a roller coaster, but the, it's the pinnacle. That's what we all do. We play the game to win the cup. And so when you're that close, awesome experience, but it was heartbreaking losing and understanding how hard it is to get there.
Exactly. And when you just talked through all of those series, and I didn't remember every detail of that time, but wow. All those different times when you thought you were out now, but you as a team individually and then as a team came back and you won that and you went to the next series. What does it say? And I'm guessing you just have had some amazing teammates along the way. Mm-hmm. But there's so much science to sport that I don't know that a lot of people appreciate. But here you are, you've got to do so many things right. Your conditioning, your mindset, your eating habits, everything. How can you explain to us what that's like teamwork-wise? Because a lot of crisis filers are on teams, business teams, other places, community teams, volunteer teams.
Yeah.
I'd love just your take on that.
Well, first, from the eating standpoint and all that stuff, like it's amazing just in the last 10 years how much stuff has changed, like compared to what we did in like 2008, 2009 to the way the players train and the way they eat now. You can't even compare it. Like it's night and day. But from a team standpoint, it was really, we had really good leadership from a coaching standpoint that we all believed in what they wanted us to do. And so we all believed so much into how they wanted us to play and what made us effective that we just did it. And we saw the results. We saw our coach was really good at breaking down the other team's weaknesses. So like we would just hammer on the other team's weaknesses, and all of a sudden you win and you're like, oh wow, that works. And you get that momentum and you keep winning and you're like, you just really believe in what you're doing. And as you were saying earlier, that I was the captain on that team, and our coach, I love the guy. He empowered like the leaders on the team. You know what I mean? Like
he let you do your thing.
He let us do our thing. He really believed that we could handle it. And I probably only was in his office the entire year twice. And one time was to talk about a team function. And the other time was when they just named me captain. He said, I want to change things around here from a playing standpoint. And he's like, I need you to buy in. I need you to believe what we're going to do. It might take a little while. And I was like, yeah, I'm on board. And from then on, it was just like we had a group of leaders that really bought into what he wanted us to do, and everyone followed, and we were successful.
And the trust is there. We as consumers of sport, fans of sport, from the outside, we can kind of see, oh, that seems like that's a great coach, or seems like. But what does make a good coach?
I think a coach that is realistic. I think a coach that he's demanding to a point that how do I put this? I'll give you an example that that same year, the guy that coaches Pete DeBoer, he's not coaching at the moment, but he was just fired from Florida the year before. We hired him.
At the Devils.
And so we went down and played against Florida for the first time, his old team, and we were up 3-0 in the third, complete control of the game. We lost 4-3 in regulation,
wow.
which had to be, infuriating for him. So we get on the bus and we're thinking, my God, he's going to, whatever. He gets on the bus, he's the last one on the bus, and he just stands up in the front. He says, guys, that happens to every team once or twice a year. Let's not let that happen again. We all took a deep breath and we're like, wow, this guy gets it.
Right.
You're not always going to be at your best. Stuff's going to happen.
And especially for him.
Yeah.
Against that team.
Exactly. He's got his own emotions about it. But he just we all took a deep breath and like, wow, this guy gets it. You know what I mean? It's not easy. It's not easy. And so he just had that ability to again, be realistic. But then it also, I think his approach to the games, like I was saying, the way he could break down teams and just give us like a roadmap, a game plan on how to win. And to me, that was the best. A guy who's really like that too is the coach in Colorado. He's unbelievable, on giving kind of a plan on how to win, and it's phenomenal.
Well, it's also a great example of just because you're down in one place. He experienced getting fired.
Yeah.
But then he got hired.
Yep.
And then here in 2012, he's the coach as you're captaining the New Jersey Devils team that's going to the Stanley Cup Finals. So there's always a second chance, a third chance, a fourth. And it's the winners are really those that stay with the long game.
Yep. And learn and adapt, make adjustments.Maybe something doesn't go right with one team, learn from the mistakes, and now I'm going to do something different with this team. And unfortunately, his team's never won the cup, but he's been to the finals with 3 different teams, I think, conference finals all the time.
It's so close.
So close.
Obviously, though, still a winning coach.
Yep.
And in crisis management, we call that a gap analysis. Okay, so you have a loss. Where were the gaps? You might not do it that night, but as you look at the film and discuss and talk through, and that's how you get better, is learning from those gaps. And you're doing that with young people, which is so great. What do you think your father would say about you right now? I know he's passed.
I don't know. That's a good question. Hopefully, there's things that, as I'm sure every kid, when you're young, your parents tell you something and you're just like, why? Or what does that mean? Or you know what I mean? But then now as I grow up, I'm like, you were right. You know what I mean? Dad, you were right. And so I think he'd be proud. I think, the biggest compliment that I get from people is that knew my dad. They're like, wow, you're a lot like your dad. You know what I mean? And so hopefully, I think he'd be proud.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would be.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would be. You are not really involved in the NHL right now.
Right.
But you're not shutting the door on analysis or something down the line?
No, again, never say never, but I like what I'm doing, being around the kids more.
You're not watching much pro hockey either?
I'm not watching much. It just, when you're in it so long, you get a little burnt out. And so,
if you watch a Stanley Cup though series,
I like
now,
watching that.
You do.
I
okay.
do.
So it's not hard.
Different.
It's not hard to watch it.
Playoffs is different. Like I like watching playoffs.
Playoffs because there's so much action.
Yes.
So much emotion on the line.
Correct. Yeah. And I still got some friends playing.
Yeah.
So I like to watch those. Watch them play. Yeah.
Of course. Well, it is amazing to talk with you. I think you can tell I am a hockey fan. It's so great. So excited for you. You are a great hockey dad, Zach Parise.
Thank you.
Zach's really not on social media, but you can definitely follow his teams on Instagram, Minnesota Wild, New Jersey Devils. Those are the 2 that he had the longest tenure. Today's case file is powered by Comcast Business. Comcast Business is a global secure networking provider with a comprehensive suite of solutions, including connectivity, networking, cybersecurity, and managed services. As the leading provider of advanced technology solutions, Comcast Business helps businesses of all sizes adapt, evolve, and thrive in an ever-changing digital landscape. Find out more at comcast.business.com. Rate, review, and subscribe to The Crisis Files on your platform of choice. Follow us on YouTube and Instagram at The Crisis Files. Visit thecrisisfiles.com for all 4 seasons of the show. I'm Roshini Rajkumar. Join me next time on The Crisis Files.